What's up, people? I'm Xogue, and welcome to the mod spotlight for Soul Shards The Old Ways. Now, this mod is brought to us by a guy named TheSgtPunishment. Him and his team have been working on bringing the old style creation of Soul Shards back into the current versions of Minecraft. And they have done an awesome job. All of their names and everything will be in the descriptions. You should definitely check them out. I'm sure they got other projects and things going on that are going to be something worth looking into. Now, let's get to it. Alright, so the current way to get a soul shard in any of the mod packs that you may have played recently is using a structure very similar to this, with 8 endstone, 4 netherrack, 1 piece of glowstone, and a diamond. You hold the diamond in your hand, right click on the glowstone, that glowstone will disappear and give you a soul shard. But that's not how it's done in this mod. If you want that enabled, there is a config option so you can re-enable this in the config file. It's called easy mode. You set it to true and you're good to go. However, the method that is intended in this mod is by smelting soul sand. By doing so, you will get some vile dust. This vile dust can then be mixed with glowstone dust to give you corrupted essence. However, if you have Natura installed, smelting soul sand will actually give you soul glass. So, this mod will detect Natura, and if it's installed, switch it to a regular old crafting recipe. You can take soul sand and place it right in the crafting grid, and it will give you vile dust, in which you can then mix it with the glowstone just like normal to get your corrupted essence. This corrupted essence is actually used as a fuel source, but it's also used in the creation of the forge, which you saw here. Put it in the middle, surround the top part with cobblestone and the bottom 3 with obsidian, and you've got your soul forge. Now, this soul forge takes a while to process anything you put into it. By default, I believe it's about 11 minutes. Now, in the version that I'm playing right here, I've changed that to about 3 minutes. That's just to make things a little bit easier for setup, but you can change it to whatever number you want. If you smelt 1 diamond, you get 3 unbound soul shards. That is by default, and it is configurable in the config file. You smelt 1 iron ingot, and by default, you will get soulium nuggets. Again, that can be changed in the config file. You smelt 1 iron block, and you get 7 soulium ingots. Again, that can be changed in the config file. Now, these soulium ingots are used in a few recipes, basically all of the tools plus a couple others. So this is what you're aiming to get out of these recipes. So the basic idea about these tools is that the shapes in the crafting grid are all the same as what you're used to. If you think of an iron sword, this would be a stick and these two would be iron. So instead of doing that, you replace the iron with soulium ingots and you replace the wood with iron, and that gives you the sword. In this one, you replace those components and you get the spade. In this one, the axe. In this one, the pickaxe. And finally, the hoe, which they did include in this mod. A lot of mods don't even do that because they don't expect you to ever use this thing. I do. Sometimes. But now on to the soul cage, which, by the way, this thing is much better, in my opinion, than any soul shards incarnation you've ever seen in any mod pack thus far. This thing is cool looking. I just gotta say that. But this one does require 4 soulium ingots. And then, obviously, iron bars. That just kind of makes sense. You also have the basic ones. 9 nuggets equals 1 ingot. And 9 ingots equals 1 block. And this thing, if you're okay with the cost and time involved in getting a large quantity of these, this can be used as a pretty nice looking building block. Just gotta say that. Now, for the soul cages, I already showed you what the one without anything in it looks like. When it's filled with a soul shard, it will look like this. And when it's powered, which, let me say this first, 1 block of redstone right beside it, unfortunately, doesn't power it at the moment, but I'm sure that'll be fixed at some point. But instead, you can work around with any other signal. You can use levers, you can use redstone on top, which does work, which at the time of recording, the soul shards that's in the version that I use doesn't accept power from the top. You actually have to run something down the side, which I believe is a very large bug. However, this version will accept power from the top, just not directly from a block of redstone. But that's what it looks like when it's turned on. Let me just say, that is awesome looking. That thing is just great. Absolutely fantastic. So these guys have put a whole lot of work into this mod. You definitely have to check it out. One final note. The textures you see for the items in this mod are created by the same group of people. And I'm sure the way to get them will be on the wiki. So there you have it, folks. That's everything that's in the mod for Minecraft version 1.7. And when the version for 1.8 comes out, it's going to be updated. It's going to be changed. The wiki will be updated. Everything will be updated. These guys have been working very hard on this mod. This thing has some cool tools you got to check out. And there's no reason not to try it. There's none. You can just easily switch the easy mode to true in the configs and get the version you're used to back. There's no reason not to give this thing a shot. So, keep your eye on this mod and check out the team. All of them are going to be in the description along with the link to the wiki page. So check out the mod, see if you like it, and if you like the video, click that like button. You guys know how this works. Subscribe if you want to, comment if you want to, do what you do, and I'll see you next time.